Welcome. My plan for this practice is kind of a modified short forms ashtanga. It's um, doesn't need to be hard, so just kind of take it where you need. And we're not going to go through the whole thing because a typical ashtanga practice could be, like 90 minutes. But just for those of you who might be familiar with that, you'll recognize the sequencing and stuff like that. But just doing enough to, I saw her just walk by. Doing enough to open up the body. It's also strengthening as well as stretching, which ideally most of your yoga would be, right? Unless you're doing like yin or a deep stretch where the purpose is opening. So if you want a couple of blocks, grab those. And then if you want to use my playlist on Spotify, it's Happiness Does Not Wait. And I'm going to go ahead and get mine started. And then let's do this. All right. So let's start off in seated. So Sukhasana. You can always sit on the edge of a block if you need to so that your hips move slightly forward. You should roll your shoulders back and down. Sit up nice and tall. Allow for the crown of your head to rise so that your neck elongates. Everything feels like it's getting longer. But your spine is like a staircase, right? It's stacking the vertebra one on top of the other. And then as it comes in, there's, some natural curvature to your spine. And whenever you get to the top here, right where the sternum begins to lift and then the collarbones broaden, they expand. The knots on the fronts of your shoulders roll gently back, and this allows for your blades to pin lightly to your upper back. And then your hands can rest in your lap. If you feel comfortable closing down your eyes, I invite you to do so. And just begin to breathe in and know that you're breathing in. And to breathe out and know that you're breathing out. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through the mouth. Now, if you're working on Ujjayi Pranayam, your Ujjayi breath, when you inhale through the nose, you allow for, it's diaphragmatic breathing, so you allow for your rib cage to lift. You draw the breath all the way in and up through the back of a slightly constricted throat. And then on the exhale through your nose, you empty it all the way out, also through the back of a slightly constricted throat. So it begins to sound like, some people call it Darth Vader breath, right? So you inhale. And exhale. You keep that breath through your entire practice. On your inhale, float your arms out and up. On the exhale, drop your left hand down and reach your right arm up and over. Get a side body stretch. Stay for a breath in. Root down through your right sit bone as you breathe out. Inhale, take your arms to the sky. And exhale, your right hand comes down. The left arm reaches up and over. Inhale to keep reaching. Exhale, get heavy in your left glute. And then we inhale, take both arms to the sky. And exhale, twist over to the right. Your left hand finds your right outer thigh. Your right hand comes behind your hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Maybe you gaze over your right shoulder. Let your left shoulder stay back and down. And then inhale, come right back, front and center. Reach your arms to the sky. And exhale, twist over to the left. Your right hand finds your left knee. Left hand comes behind you. Arm is like a second spine. You inhale, lengthen. Exhale to twist. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bring your hands down to your knees. Inhale, roll yourself forward. Let your chest press forward, your shoulders back and down. Lift your chin. And exhale, rock back on your sits bones to a seated cow or cat. Excuse me. And then we inhale, rock it back forward. And exhale, roll it back. Let's take two more just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, just find yourself into your box pose, however you need to get there. So hands and knees. I'm going to slide my towel back from my old knee. And then spread your fingers out wide. Stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your knees underneath your hips. And with your inhale, drape a soft belly down. Lift your chin, lift your tail. And then exhale, reverse the movement. Dome out your upper back. Let your head hang, navel to your spine. And then we inhale, roll back through. Press your heart between your upper arm bone. And then exhale to reverse it, navel to your spine. Separate your shoulder blades to the best of your ability. And then inhale, last one, belly down. There's a sway to your low back. And exhale, belly up. Arch your upper back. Now inhale into your neutral spine. Go ahead and tuck up your toes. And then exhale, press up and back with control into downward facing dog. Your hips go high, your feet get heavy. Doesn't matter if they touch the ground or not, but really try to create an apex with your hips. So your tailbone is lifting up towards the sky. You can bend your knees as much as you need to make that happen. And then drape your chest in towards your thighs. I'll walk my hands forward and my feet back just a smidge. I feel like my down dog has gotten kind of short lately, which is fine. It doesn't need to be perfect or anything, but it's not kind of working for the body. Now, inhale, take a soft bend to your knees, gaze forward. So I had mentioned ashtanga earlier. So traditionally you would start in samasthiti, which is standing. Exhale as many steps as you need. Take your feet to your hands, and we're going to get there. I want your feet to go about hip width distance apart. Then inhale, slide your fingertips to your shins. Take your crown forward, your tailbone back. Your belly is in and up. And then exhale, you can have a softer, deep bend in your knees. Bring your chest to your thighs. Let your head go. And then maybe you grab opposite elbows and you ragdoll, hanging out here. And then same thing goes as you breathe in. You know you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, you know you're breathing out. Allowing this to be a moving meditation at some point, right? So letting everything else go, guided by your intuition, moving and breathing in a way that feels natural and safe and supported to you. And then right back through center, let your hands come down. And then inhale, roll all the way up to standing, nice and slow. Shoulders back and down. And then reach your arms out and up. And exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. All right. So Surya Namaskar A, and we're going to skip the chaturangas, which would be traditional here. We're just going to lift up to down dog since this is a typically gentler practice. If you feel like taking the chaturangas, by all means, inhale, circle your arms out and up. And exhale, forward fold, chest to your thighs. Let your head go. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, step your feet back. Hold your high plank. And breathe. Take an inhale in your high plank. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Breathing here for 3. Deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, there's a soft bend to your knees, gaze forward. Exhale as many steps as you need. Walk your feet to your hands, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Reach your arms out and up. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle your arms out and up. And exhale, hinge at your hips and forward fold. Inhale, tabletop your spine. And exhale, high plank and hold. Stay for your inhale. And then exhale, lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Breathing here for 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale, soft bend to your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, step your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, we root to rise. Press your feet down, reach your arms out and up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take one more just like that, then we'll move to Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, high plank. Step your feet back and hold. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathing here for 3. Inhale, lift to your ball mounts. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And exhale, hands come down. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to tabletop your back. And exhale your hands down. Step yourself back to your high plank. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot all the way forward. Your left heel goes flat. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Warrior 1. Exhale, hands come down. Step your right foot back. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Your right heel goes flat. Shoulders over your hips. Arms up over your head. Exhale, frame your front foot with your hands. Step your front foot back. Hold your plank for an inhale. And exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. You're here for 3 breaths. Inhale, soft bend to your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, step your feet to your hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, tabletop your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend your knees, sit your hips low, reach your arms high. On the exhale, Samastitihi, stand up nice and tall. Fingertips down by your IT bones. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, reach your arms up. And exhale, forward fold, drop your head down. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to your high plank. Step your feet back, hold for the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, your left heel goes flat, warrior 1. And exhale, frame your front foot, step it back, hold for your inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, your right heel goes flat. Sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands down, step your left foot back, hold for the inhale. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog, and hold. Breathe and get connected to your breath. Don't skip it. It's the most important part. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step your feet all the way to the top of your mat. It's our last one. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, chair pose. Reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to your high plank and hold. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Your left heel goes flat. Arms sweep to the sky. And exhale, hands down. Step your right foot back. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel flat. Arms up, gaze high. And exhale, hands down. Step your left foot back. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Holding for 3. So typically we would also be 5 breaths in Ashtanga. Everything you hold it for 5. We're going 3 for the sake of time to fit just a little bit more in. Inhale, soft bend to the knees, gaze forward. Exhale, top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, chair pose, sit it back and down. And exhale, stand up nice and tall. All right. Inhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat. Actually, no, keep your right foot to the front. Kidding. 2 seconds. Heel toe your feet to about hip width distance apart. On the inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Take your chest to your thighs. If it's available, loop peace fingers around your 2 big toes. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your elbows, bring your chest to your thighs, and let your head hang. Breathing here for 3. Long, relaxed neck. Now inhale, lengthen your spine. If it's available, slide your hands underneath your feet, palms to the soles of your feet, and then your toes towards your wrist crease. Otherwise, just hands on blocks on the ground. Inhale, straighten your arms, tabletop your back. Exhale, bend your elbows, get deep with it, let go. Now inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, let it go. Heel till your feet together. And then inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down. Now inhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat. And turn your right toes towards the short edge. So your right toes are towards the back of your mat, legs are straight, preparing for triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. So open your arms out to a T, bump your left hip back, and then exhale, drop your right hand forward and down, left arm to the sky. Traditional drishti here, your gaze follows your top hand, so breathe. Now inhale, bring your shoulders over your hips, your arms out to a T. Turn your right toes towards the long edge of your mat, your left toes towards the top of your mat. Bump your right hip back, reach your left fingertips forward and down, triangle left side. Breathing here. Stack your torso on top of your left thigh bone, gaze up. Feeling this in your left inner thigh, your right side oblique. Inhale, bring your shoulders back up. Left toes face back towards the long edge, right toes towards the short edge. Bend your right knee, and then reach your right hand forward and down. And then the left arm reaches up and over for extended side angle pose. Again, your gaze goes to your top hand. And see how it feels to rotate your pinky down and your thumb up. So an internal rotation of your upper arm bone. Breathe. And then on your inhale, slowly lift back up. Straighten your right leg. Turn your right toes towards the long edge. Left toes towards the short edge. Bend your left knee. Reach your left hand forward and down. And your right arm up and over. Breathing here. Inhale, shoulders over your hips, arms out like a T. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Turn your left toes towards the long edge of your mat. Your right toes towards the short edge. All right, y'all. Inhale, I like to bring my arms up over my head, square towards your right leg as much as possible. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Frame your front foot. Now your hands can be on blocks or not. Left hand stays rooted either to the inner or outer arch of your right foot. And then lengthen your spine first. Now your low back stays the same. But you start to rotate your right shoulder, your right clavicle without moving anything in the lower extremities. So for revolved triangle. And then reach your right arm to the sky. Maybe gaze follows it. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, turn your right toes towards the long edge of your mat, left toes towards the front edge. I step my right foot over just a little bit. Inhale, I like to lengthen my arms high. And then exhale, bring my hands down. You might have to lengthen or shorten your stance. So feel that out and press down into the big toe ball mound of your left foot. Your right palm stays rooted. Bring your left palm to the small of your back first. Feel everything out. This is where I get wonky most of the time. And then start to rotate your left shoulder on top of the right, your left clavicle on top of the right. And it's fine if you leave your left hand on your hip or your low back. You don't have to lift it, especially if that's causing you to throw off the low back or the hips. Breathe. Now inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, turn your left toes forward. Now I'm gonna show you a different variation. Turn your right toes forward. And then turn your left toes forward as well, but drop your left knee down. Slide your right knee forward, so you're in basically a supported low lunge. Now inhale, bring your shoulders up over your hips. We're gonna take a variation of the twist here. On the exhale, hinge over to the right. Your left elbow goes to the outside of your right near thigh, so you're in a modified revolved crescent. Breathe. Now inhale, come right back up through center. Exhale, bring your hands down, shift your hips back. So this is all kind of modified off of, this is no longer like the ashtanga series, but for our purposes, it's what we're doing. So pull your right hip back and your left hip forward for a half split. Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathing here for 3. For 2. And 1. On the inhale, walk yourself back forward. Curl up your back toes. Lift your back knee. On the exhale, just spin yourself all the way towards the front of your mat. Bend into your left knee and soften your right knee down. Now you want to catch a 90-degree on the left knee. Inhale, bring your shoulders up over your hips, your arms up over your head. Exhale, hinge and twist towards the left and take your right elbow to the outside of your left near thigh. Breathing here. Now go ahead and exhale completely. Inhale, rotate back front and center. And exhale, bring your hands down, shift your hips back, straighten through your left leg, and flex your toes back towards your shin. Breathing here. Ardha Hanumanasana. It's your half split. Remember, spinning your navel towards your left thigh bone is what allows your left hip to pull back and your right hip forward. And breathe. On your inhale, walk yourself forward. Curl up your back toes, lift your back knee. And then on your exhale, just step yourself forward and forward fold. Let your head go. Now, in Uttanasana, your forward fold, just kind of let everything hang down for a moment. And then on your inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Root down into the four corners of your left foot and draw your right knee in. So keep your right knee bent. Interlace your fingers around your right shin. And just feel the compression on the front of your right hip. And see if you can drop your right hip down into alignment with the left. Breathe. Now only if you're into it. Well, you know what? We're going to do this first. Take your left hand to your left hip. Inhale here. On the exhale, just draw your right knee out to the right. So you're going to get an opening through the groin. Stay here. And then bring your right knee forward. Now, if you're into it, you're going to follow me, otherwise stay where you are. Just press your right foot forward for a second. Feel your right quad engage. And then place your right foot down. Bend your right knee. Catch your right ankle if it's available. And stretch out your right quad. There's a gentle tuck of your pelvis so that you get a really nice stretch across the front of your right leg. Into your hip flexor, the top of your quad, all that stuff. Amazing. And then it's a very gentle release, so it's not a catapult. With control, place your right foot down on the ground. Roll out your left ankle. And then root your four corners of your right foot down. And with control, so you're trying to use your core and your left hip flexor. I want you to lift your left knee in towards your chest and interlace your fingers around your shin. Breathe. Now let your right hand come to your right hip. Take an inhale. On the exhale, open your left knee out to the left. Breathe. Try to keep your hips pointing forward. Then draw your left knee back forward. Take an inhale. Keep your shoulders over your hips. And then exhale, press your left foot forward. Hold for a breath. And then place your left foot down. Bend your left knee. And catch your left ankle. Heel towards the glute. Baby tuck of your pelvis so you really open the front. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, place your left foot down. Now sole of your left foot towards the ground. Slide your right foot in towards your left. Either it can be your inner ankle, your calf, as long as you skip the knee. Come up to the thigh if you want. Now once you're there, try to level your hips off. Pull your right knee back so you feel that catch in your outer glute. And then again, gentle tuck of your pelvis. Lift your chest. And then your arms can do really like whatever you want them to do, right? Hands at heart center, arms to the sky. Those of you needing to open up the chest and the shoulders, if you want to take reverse prayer, seal your palms together and take your fingertips up towards the back of your neck. But your chin stays neutral, your neck is long. Breathe. I'm getting some weird interference on my AirPods, so I'm sorry if y'all are hearing that, because that's my mic as well. Now whatever arm variation you took, slowly release it. Turn your right knee forward, and then place your right foot down on the ground. Now slide your left foot in. Find the space as long as you're skipping over the right knee. So you don't want to press into the biggest joint on your leg, right? And press it over. And then find your balance, your stability, your concentration. Let your hips be neutral, square, level. Pull your left knee back so you feel the opening on the front and the contraction on the outer glute. And then this little baby tuck of your pelvis. Hands can come to heart center or whatever you did on the first side. Breathe. All right, now turn your hands back down if you took them up. Let them come back to heart center. Spin your left knee forward and place your left foot on the ground. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold, let your head completely go. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Got rock my throat. Exhale, high plank and hold. On the inhale, bring your knees down to the ground. And then exhale, take your hips back towards your heels for child's pose. You've got 5 breaths here. and breathe. You're going to feel your triceps engage. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, just sit yourself back down. All right, now extend your legs out in front of you. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Take a bend to your knees, and then exhale, forward fold. Let your chest come to your thighs, Paschimottanasana. Relax your shoulders back from your ears. And think of a long, strong spine. And on the inhale, lift your gaze. And then exhale, bring your shoulders back over your hips. So slide your, let's go left leg long, right foot towards the left inner thigh. Janushirshasana A, inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, fold over your left leg. Pull your spine long, relax your face. Breathing in and out. Now inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, just bring your shoulders back over your hips. Lift your right knee and then extend your right leg long. Bring the sole of your left foot towards your right inner thigh. And then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at your right hip, fold over. Spin your navel towards your thigh. Relax your shoulders back and down. And breathe. And on the inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale to walk yourself back. And then lift your left knee and extend your left leg long. Take your right foot, drop it over to the outside of your left thigh, and then press the inner arch of your right foot down. Lift your right knee. Right hand comes behind your hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist in towards your right leg. So you're hugging the right knee in. Now, as you pull your right knee towards you, this is your inhale. On the exhale, really let your right hip get heavy. Breathe. On the inhale, turn your face forward. Exhale, drop your hands over to the left. And then we inhale, come through center. Exhale, unravel, take the right leg long. Inhale, bend your left knee, place your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Left hand comes down, reach your right arm high. And then exhale, hug your left knee in. Now as you inhale, draw the left knee in more, lengthen your spine. Exhale, you twist and really drop your left hip down. Gaze over your left shoulder. On the inhale, turn your face forward. And on the exhale, drop your hands over to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale to unravel. Draw the soles of your feet together. Let's come into Baddha Konasana, your butterfly pose. So heels in towards your sits bones. Let your knees hang comfortably open. Now inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge at your hips, come forward. Breathe. And then slowly bring yourself back up. Bring the knees together for a moment. Wrap your arms around your shins, kind of close it down. And then slowly come back up. Take your feet out wide, straighten through the legs. I bring my hands behind my hips and kind of push myself through. If you need to bend into your knees or kind of take a smaller stance here, go for it. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, hinge forward. So I've got something going on in my left leg today. I mean, actually for the last few weeks, so I'm not going to go down very deep today. I'm going to stay right here because I can feel it pulling. But typically chest, belly can come all the way down. But there's no reason to push, pull, or force that, so do not. If you feel a lot of sensation, even if you're up here, if you feel a lot in the legs, this is where you're supposed to stay, right? So none of this needs to be all the way. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Bring your legs together. And then from here, let's come all the way down. So nice and slow, just roll down one vertebra at a time until you're flat on your back. Got this whole thing up there too. All right, now take your feet to the ground about hip width distance apart for bridge pose. Bring your hands down next to your hips, palms face down. On the inhale, lift your hips up so you're pressing your feet down and forward and you lift your hips. Breathing in and out. Maybe you start to roll your arms underneath your shoulders and make a fist with your hands. And slowly release your fist. And then one vertebra at a time, you come down. Awesome. Now cross your right ankle over your left knee. Gently press your right knee away. You can stay right here or hug your left thigh in towards your chest for a reclining pigeon. Nuzzle your right forearm in towards your right inner thigh. There's a baby flex to both feet. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, let your left foot come back down. On the inhale, reach your arms out. Exhale, drop your knees to the left and turn your face to the right. So you're getting that stretch through the right outer hip. Getting a little bit of a twist. You can also bring your right knee towards you. You can press it away. You can leave it as is. Kind of play around, see what you need. And then on the inhale, slowly come back through center. Low back goes flat. Exhale, drop your right foot down. Cross your left ankle over the right knee. Staying right here if that's your jams, or drawing your right thigh in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers around your right hamstring. Just be here. Breathe in and know you're breathing in. And breathe out and know you're breathing out. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, place your right foot down on the ground. Inhale, open your arms to a T. Exhale, drop your knees to the right and turn your face to the left. Breathe. And then on your next inhale, gently draw back through center, unravel. On the exhale, let's take a happy baby. Peace fingers to the big toes or hands to the inner outer arches of your feet. Draw your knees towards your armpits. Rock it side to side. And then come right back, hug the knees in, and then place your feet into the sky, hands down. Just take a waterfall. You could also draw little figure eights or circles on the ceiling with your feet. You know, if there's anything else that you feel like you need in your body, this is a great chance to take it. And then take your inhale. On the exhale, hug your knees in, wrap your arms around your shins, and then bring your forehead up to your knees. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, open yourself up to your Shavasana. Extend your legs forward. Let your feet hang comfortably open. I'm trying to leave you with enough time for like a good solid 5 to 7 minute Shavasana or meditation. You can take it seated or lying down. And I'm also going to end the practice recording here. Just I don't want your Shavasana or your meditation to get interrupted with these interferences I'm having on my AirPods. So and I want you to have as much time to be here and be peaceful and enjoy the space that you have created by moving and breathing, connecting your mind to your body, and then now letting go of everything, right? Everything you just did, all of the expectations you had for your practice, it doesn't matter anymore. Now you just lie still and you completely release and let go. So staying here as long as you possibly can. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.